Hi and welcome. In this video, we will see how we can specify the domain and range of a function. To that end, consider the function f, which is defined from a to b with the equation y is equal to f of x. We know that a is the domain of the function f, which contains all permissible values of x, and b, which is the range of the function f, contains all possible values of y. Specifying the domain and range of a given function is extremely useful in studying functions. One way to check the domain and range and specify the domain and range of a function is to look at its graph. To specify the domain, we reflect the graph on x-axis. Then the domain includes all those points on x-axis which fall in the shadow of the function. Consider the following function, y is equal to g of x. Now what we do is we reflect the function on x-axis and then specify all points which fall in the shadow of the function. And that includes all points from -2 to +2. Therefore, the domain of the function is the closed interval -2 and +2. To specify the range of the function, we reflect the graph on y-axis, then range includes all points on the y-axis that fall in the shadow of the function. Consider the same function g again. What we do is we reflect the function on the y-axis, and then we see which points on the y-axis fall in the shadow of the function. So as you can see here, we are actually reflecting the function on y-axis, and we see that the points between 0 and 4 fall in the shadow of the function. Therefore, the range of the function is a closed interval 0 to 4. As another example, consider y is equal to f of x with the following graph. Again, in order to specify the domain, we reflect graphs on x-axis as we have two parts for the graph down here and up here. First, let's reflect the left part on the x-axis, and as you can see here, then the right part on x-axis. As a result, you can see here that the left part includes all numbers from -infinity to -1, and the right part includes all numbers, and the right part includes 2 in all numbers which are bigger than 2. Therefore, the domain of this function includes all those values of x from -infinity to -1, including -1 itself, union 2 and all numbers larger than 2. In order to specify the range of the same function, we reflect the function, both parts of the function, on the y-axis, and we see which values on the y-axis are falling in the shadow. Doing so show that for the part down here, all values of y from -infinity to -2 are included in the shadow of the function. For the part up here, the only value which is falling in the shadow of the function is the value 3. Therefore, the range of this function includes all numbers from -infinity to -2, that is for the lower part here, union 3, which is the only point falling under the shadow of the function for the upper part up here. In order to check whether you understood how to specify the domain and range of a function using its graph by reflecting the graph of the function on x-axis and on y-axis, try to specify the domain and range of this function. Thank you and good learning.